Once upon a time, in a small vibrant village called Umuaka, nestled deep in the heart of Nigeria, there was a legend about a family whose lineage was blessed by the gods. The tale was passed down through generations and everyone in the village knew it by heart. It was said that any man who married a woman from this blessed lineage would be endowed with immense wealth and prosperity, provided he treated her with love and respect. The origin of this blessing dated back to centuries ago when the village ancestors had saved a powerful deity from peril. In gratitude, the deity blessed the lineage of the family, promising that their daughters would bring fortune to any man who cherished them. However, if mistreated, the blessing would reverse and the woman's happiness would be the key to the man's downfall. Adanna was the latest in this blessed lineage. She was a beautiful and kind-hearted young woman, known for her radiant smile and compassionate nature. Her parents had always told her about the family's blessing, emphasizing the importance of marrying a man who would love and respect her. Adanna grew up with understanding of her unique heritage and the responsibility it carried. One sunny afternoon, as Adanna was at the marketplace buying provisions, she caught the eye of Chike, a wealthy merchant known for his charm and business acumen. Chike was immediately captivated by Adanna's beauty and grace. He pursued her with relentless determination, showering her with gifts and affection. Despite her initial reservations, Adanna was eventually won over by Chike's persistence and apparent devotion. The wedding of Adanna and Chike was a grand affair, celebrated with much fanfare and joy. The entire village attended the festivities, marveling at the couple's happiness and the union of love and prosperity. Adanna's parents were hopeful that Chike would honor the blessing and treat their daughter with love and respect she deserved. In the beginning, Chike seemed to be the perfect husband. He was attentive, kind, and generous, and their life together was filled with laughter and harmony. Adanna in turn brought joy and warmth into their home, and Chike's wealth grew exponentially. It seemed as though the blessing was working its magic, and Chike's fortunes multiplied with each passing day. However, as time went on, Chike's true nature began to emerge. His initial kindness gave way to arrogance and his sense of entitlement. He started taking Adanna for granted, believing that his wealth was solely the result of his hard work and business acumen. He became increasingly controlling and dismissive of Adanna's feeling, often belittling her and ignoring her needs. Adanna tried to remind Chike of the importance of their love and mutual respect, but her words fell on deaf ears. Chike's mistreatment of her escalated, and he began to spend more time away from home, neglecting their marriage. Adanna's once radiant smile faded, replaced by a constant sorrow that weighed heavily on her heart. Chike went as far as dating other women, much to Adanna's knowledge. He didn't hide the fact that he was sleeping around with women in the village. But Adanna was hopeful that Chike would change his ways. As Adanna's happiness dwindled, so did Chike's fortunes. His business ventures began to fail, and his wealth slowly started to erode. At first, Chike dismissed this setback as temporary misfortunes and continued with his way, flirting around with women and maltreating Adanna. But as the losses continued to mount, he grew increasingly desperate and frustrated. He turned to various remedies, seeking the advice of traditional healers and performing rituals in an attempt to restore his lost wealth, but nothing seemed to work. He was too proud and too arrogant to admit the fact that his wealth was tied to Adanna's happiness. Meanwhile, Adanna's health and spirits began to restore. She found solace in the support of her family and friends, who reminded her of her worth and the strength of her lineage. Adanna realized that her happiness was paramount, and she resolved to claim her life regardless of Chike's behavior. One evening, after yet another argument with Chike, Adanna made a decision. She packed her belongings and left their home, determined to start anew. She returned to her parents' house, where she was welcomed with open arms. Adanna felt an immense relief and freedom, and her happiness began to blossom once more. With her newfound strength and clarity, Adanna began to use the blessing of her lineage to build her own wealth and prosperity. She started a small business selling handmade crafts and traditional goods, pouring her heart and soul into her work. Her business quickly gained popularity, and soon she was earning a substantial income. Adanna's success continued to grow, and she became a well-known and respected figure in the village. Her business flourished, and she used her wealth to help others in the community, earning their admiration and gratitude. Adanna's happiness and generosity attracted even more blessings, and her prosperity multiplied. Chike, on the other hand, continued to suffer the consequences of his mistreatment of Adanna. His once thriving business had completely collapsed, and he found himself struggling to make ends meet. He finally realized that his downfall was as a result of his actions and the loss of Adanna's love and happiness. One day, Chike, now a shadow of his former self, approached Adanna with a heavy heart. He begged for her forgiveness, acknowledging the pain he had caused her and the consequences of his arrogance and mistreatment. Adanna listened quietly, her heart filled with a mixture of sadness and compassion. Chike, she said softly, I have moved on and found my own path to happiness and prosperity. The blessings of my lineage was meant to be shared with love and respect, not taken for granted. I hope you have learned from this experience and will treat others with kindness and respect they deserve. Chike nodded, tears streaming down his face. He knew that he had lost something precious and irreplaceable, and the regret weighed heavily on him. Adanna wished him well and turned to walk away, leaving Chike to reflect on his past and the choices that had led to his downfall. Adanna continued to strive, her business expanding and her influence growing. She remained humble and grateful, never forgetting the lessons she had learned and the importance of love and respect. The village of Umuaka celebrated her success and the strength of her lineage, and Adanna's story became a cherished folk tale passed from generation to generation. Years later, as Adanna looked back on her life, she felt a deep sense of fulfillment and gratitude, but she understood the importance of family and carrying on the blessings of her lineage. She met a young man who loved and respected her, and together they had beautiful children that would carry the blessing of the lineage to the next generations.